Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mike,
I'm Duran.
I'm Trey.
and this is Before We Forget the Podcast. Duran, you got a question for us?
I do got a question, but before that, we got to give Trey a little bit more of an introduction, man. He our special guest. So this is Trey from around the way. I call him T Weezy. This is my boy. We work at the same place. This is Michael's former employee. You know, it's good to have you on here. You know,
That's
but now
my successor.
now he big boss man. You want to get in the bank? Then you got to tap in with me. I'm in the bank count.
Counting on this at 50.
But on the one serious note, so if y'all been watching the podcast, y'all know we was asking, did y'all think they was gonna catch Diddy? And they got your boy.
They got him.
That's not the only thing they got. They also captured 1,000 bottles of lube and oil, baby oil specifically.
1,000 ounces, right?
Ounces is crazy.
It was only
Crazy
ounces,
as
right?
bottles.
That's crazy.
So crazy.
Lining it up on the floor, it still looked bad.
They lined it up on the floor.
It's the picture with
Like a
3
drug-
SWAT team members, and they
Like a drug
they got them on. They
We
lined
got
them
'em.
up perpendicular, and they look. They not no little bottles. They bigger than my phone. These is like the liquor that they pour you in the clubs, the big jug. It was them. It was them, and it was so many. It went outside the
My
picture.
boy
they
got
took.
industrial bottle size of baby oil and lube here.
Like the question is, what do y'all think is next? Do y'all think he getting out?
He ain't getting out
Because he's federal charges, so they got to have
Yeah.
something to come get you.
now. Yeah, he's
Mm.
gonna be in for a little.
No, I think he's gonna get out.
Or they
He
denied
got
him bail twice.
They denied it twice, but I think he got enough money to where he'll find a way to get out. His lawyers will get him out.
So here's the
Oh,
thing
bail.
about
Bail.
here's the thing
Yeah.
about it. He been shooting himself in the foot with that though,
How?
because they said he offered the judge or whoever $50 million if they let him get out.
Not the judge. He
I
offered
thought that was
he offered to put his house up,
His,
like
yeah.
his $50 million house up for bail. And then he offered to turn over like his passport, all of his daughter's passports, like
which I think they already did.
yeah.
Like, most of them already did.
Like it was a bunch of stuff that he offered just to get out on bail as collateral.
And the crazy part is they still told him no and still
Hell no.
took them passports still. So now somebody been building a mean case. It's about to
Oh,
get
yeah.
nasty.
I don't think so. So here's
Alright.
here's what I'm kind of torn between, right? Because there's legitimate victims, right?
Mhm.
And my first thought process is to believe the victims, right? Let's let them. If it's false, they're gonna disprove themselves. But believe the victims. Here's what I struggle with, because we had Diddy now that's going down. We don't count R. Kelly because he wasn't really. Well, let's even say R. Kelly, because we consider R. Kelly the king of R&B at the time.
Oh,
Good
he's
time, yeah.
definitely still
We-
I mean, he's still
the king of R&B.
Debatable.
he's got some hits.
He's got some hits, but I feel like
Mm,
the man can ruin the legacy.
that don't take away the R&B title.
So all of Diddy's legacy is not ruined now,
I ain't saying nothing about Diddy legacy. I just said the man was at the freak off. Well, he was there.
right? But all the stuff that he's done now.
no, he
is it not
definitely no, he's definitely. I would take that from him. That'd be crazy. But finish your statement because we
Okay,
getting off on
okay.
something else.
So they got him. They got R. Kelly. They got Bill Cosby. Like these legends that we consider legends, they're taken down one by one, and it's just like, is this really something that's happening, or is this like a target to destroy the culture?
I'm gonna say it's probably something that happened because then we can go all the way back to Michael Jackson. They were saying Michael Jackson was touching on little boys and
they every time.
and Never Land. But I'm just saying, I just to accompany that, 'cause
Yeah.
that was an example, is that when have we not been put in the spotlight for doing the same thing that somebody else is doing? So they're putting what we're doing up here, but they doing it too. They just not putting it in the forefront.
Epstein did it for what longest time. And
Donald Trump did it in front of the whole entire planet, and then they's like, you know what? We can't really do this, but we gonna do this. You get diplomatic immunity because you was the president. the law is the law. Nobody's above the law. That's why we wrote them.
Mm.
So if he could do that, then the sky's the limit. So I don't condone them tearing down the people in our community
Just
and what
make it
they
equal.
doing. I'm just saying, well, you got a case something came up. Because I said that earlier. I told somebody that I said, I want y'all to think that I'm making jokes about it because it's funny in the retrospect where the stuff that popped up is funny, but somebody being hurt or sex trafficked or whatever, that stuff is a tragedy. That's terrible. And all the pain that somebody might really be out here suffering from that stuff.
Right.
But I'm saying, I know full blown and well, there's other people, this Jeffrey Epstein or whatever, if his name was, if I pronounced it wrong. Like, bro, you had a whole island when you was doing this stuff. So just as much as they put you up here and then they saying Diddy did all this stuff, you right there with him. So don't put him up here and then put him down here.
And that's my issue is that they're tearing, like they're so quick to find evidence and tear down like the culture.
Mhm.
But Jeffrey Epstein, everybody knew this. There's plenty of pictures and proof,
Yeah,
but they still haven't
make
come
the
to
dots, yeah.
anything with him.
Right. Because it's the powers that be. So we either go see that play out like this time, or somebody gonna have to be the victim for keep getting
There's
them
a
caught
list
up.
of apparently like Epstein's Island, like some high people, like
And it still hasn't come out.
Like we ministers and all types
That's
of.
not once came out.
And then the list that came out, them celebrities ain't getting subpoenaed or getting going to jail.
Well,
Dwayne The Rock Johnson was on the list.
They talking about The Rock. They talking about John Legend and his wife. They talking about
Man, everybody.
Ellen.
T.I., Rick Ross. There's so many people that was on that list. But I'm like, then we could apply the same thing to Diddy because apparently it was a party, like a party you would go to, and then an after party. So was you staying for one or both?
But
And we
look-
can't differentiate because we don't know. But then you just associate, well, why was Beyonce there? She was at
Why
the
was
freak
Bubba?
offs. Yeah, why was Future there? Why was Drake there? They was at the freak
Everybody
off.
was there. Yeah.
But no, they might have started there, and then once it started getting a little weird,
See, but that's my thing. I feel like if you look at all of the celebrities in the last, just say 10 years, who've gone down for some type of scandal, they've either been black, LGBTQ. Like Ellen went down, and that was one of the hardest
Yeah.
things. I was like, Ellen, come
nah,
on now.
That's
And they took her down because they talking about she was being toxic backstage to her staff.
But that might have been true. And then it's the whole thing behind Twitch too. Like, it just don't add up because dude was happy, and then you telling me that he just went to the hotel and just killed himself. And I ain't trying to say just because you're happy, you're not depressed or going through nothing, but the circumstances behind it is just a little bit too fishy, and I felt like they just closed the book on that.
But how they run somebody out of Hollywood for being real backstage, like
Yeah.
they talk about like, oh my gosh, Ellen yelled at me backstage. She told me I better get my shit together. My mama told me that when I was 2.
Yeah, but
You better get your shit together, little boy. You're
People-
gonna be sleeping outside. You know what I did? I said,
people love being a victim.
that's
Yeah.
the issue.
Yeah.
Like, so like
Jonathan-
not to
Jonathan
downplay
Majors.
Diddy's victims or anything, because like
No,
that Cassie video is wild. And if he did that to Cassie in the hotel hallway, ain't no telling what he did.
I
behind
want to
doors.
highlight that because I got a whole. This is gonna have another part to it. I just want you to know that we gotta highlight that this man ran down the hallway ass naked.
Mhm.
He had a towel on, but I believe he didn't have no drawers on.
No, you
Ass naked, pushed this lady that's this big down and kicked her with them nasty ass toes he got, and then sat down acting like he hurt because he had to chase her down the hallway. So now he's sitting in the hallway with his balls on these people's couch or chair, and then dragged her back down the hallway by her hair, her real hair.
supposedly she had did some stuff back in the hotel room before she tried to dip out.
It ain't. You know what? It's what we could prove, and what was proven was that he whooped the hell out that woman.
I
in
mean,
that
nothing
hallway.
she did deserve that.
Deserve
I'm
it.
not-
No, like
unless she stabbed him
walk
and
out,
then he
yeah.
ran
Then,
down,
yeah.
and then but then we would have.
But yeah.
So
it's all types of stuff, like, and that was just that. Like, she was saying, well, she wasn't saying. It's alleged that he was like pimping her out and all types of stuff and whatnot. And if you just listen to the loose stuff that JT said, I wouldn't put it past him.
Young Miami.
You're right.
Okay.
It's a difference. I'm sorry, JT. You still fine. I don't know. You was at the freak offs too?
Nah, she was with Uzi. They was doing
Oh
something
yeah,
else,
they. Oh
something
yeah,
else
they.
weird.
We ain't even. You know, that's a whole. Nope. You ain't even get off. I'm not sorry. Cause you trifling. You need help.
But
Well, yeah,
I want to see equal.
I hear you.
Right? I want justice to happen. I do think he's gonna get out on bond, on bail. At some point he'll probably plead to lesser charges than what's out there. He'll probably spend 4.5 years in jail, get a 7 to 8 year sentence,
I don't think
and
so.
be right back out.
I don't think so. You gotta have somebody like super up there that's backing you because it's too much.
There's enough people up there that's backing him now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but if that's the case, he would have never got arrested like this.
I guarantee you he won't do
First of
more
all,
than 4 years in jail. If we get the right president in there, he won't even see jail.
bro,
Well, I say the right person. If we get the wrong president in there, he won't see jail because he loves Diddy.
the way that this has been going so far, you got to understand that this man was caught, or somebody was caught on his private jet full of drugs.
Mm-hmm. None
And
of that was
nothing
proven to
happened.
be Diddy's.
But
That
how
guy took accountability for every drug on that plane.
he did, and which was dumb because we live in a world, or America is so dumb where we can make our own laws work against ourselves. So because he said these is mine, but how does a regular civilian have access to Sean Combs' private jet and you're flying them with a manifest and a pilot? You didn't put all this on here by yourself.
So
Sir,
it
how did
was
you-
proven that.
So let me get on NLE Chopper's decked out helicopter. Let me get in his car, and I'm gonna become the Pac-Man. I'm driving around. I'm selling packs now, and I'm gonna use this car. And then when they put me over, I'm like, that ain't mine.
Look, let's talk about my boy Drake, right? Let's talk about Drake. Drake got his private plane,
Michael just opened his mouth.
right?
Somebody handed him.
If Baka Not Nice gets on there with a bunch of drugs and flies them from Canada to America and gets caught, they're not gonna be like, Drake,
This is
we know
Drake,
these
this
your
is yours.
drugs.
Yeah,
if
that's-
Baka's like, no, those are
No,
all
those
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not
the
a
guy
yeah.
who was on Diddy's plane was a known associate of Diddy.
I get it, but I'm just saying they ain't just gonna get on your plane. But that makes sense though. Like you said, he's a known associate. So you got on this man plane with drugs, and we just not gonna accuse you of anything.
He was flying there for business. Like he was doing something for Diddy, but he claimed all the drugs were his. Diddy didn't know nothing about it. And Diddy said he didn't know nothing about it.
So who bailed this man out?
I mean, Diddy, probably.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
So
still your boy.
that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
care.
Oh yeah.
Look,
it's like
if you go
his
down for
message, yeah.
anything outside of a sexual crime, I'm bailing you out.
We probably
You
gonna
my
have some
boy.
Talkings, but
Now, if they go
Right.
13-year-old, I'm like, hey, my boy, you gonna have to sit this one in.
He ain't gonna let me sit in there because dang on well I ain't talking to no dang on kids.
But everything else, hey, he murdered somebody. All right, my boy, let's go. I got you. You're getting out of here.
I ain't sitting in
figure this
there.
out.
I'm gonna be out by the end of the day, like Tony Montana
I ain't
said.
even gonna ask you no questions because I don't even want to testify.
I'm about to-
I'm gonna look at you and go, Duran,
don't say shit.
and you
just
gonna
get in
look
the
at me,
car.
and I'm gonna know everything I need to know from the look that you give me.
And I'm gonna sit down and do my time.
And when they call me in court and be like, what did he tell you? He ain't say a word to me. So did he do it? I have no idea.
Oh no, we're trying to figure out did he do
Did
it?
he do it?
In
Nah.
this case, Diddy did it.
I'm just saying, like, nah, bro. I hear what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying. American law is so dumb. So he cannot be held accountable for that because he's a friend or an associate. But the president did something out in the open, and then it's out there he bribed some. So now you bribing somebody. That's 100% illegal. I'm bribing you to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And she's told anyway. So she took the money, but she should get in trouble for taking the bribery, but whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I hear what you're saying when you talk about equality, but I'm just saying America is just so dumb That's why trials get prolonged. Cause everything we do contradicts itself. That's why
Yep.
everybody laugh at us. Nobody don't really respect us. They just don't want to get blown up.
They respect us to a certain degree.
We're gonna talk about it on the next episode. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna see y'all on the next one.
Peace.